Um, John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh is a Giant. John Harbaugh is the head coach of the New York Giants. So okay,
Harbaugh
scale
gets to deal with everybody in New York.
scale from 1 to 10. How much does it matter?
More than my initial feeling.
Okay.
Like a 4, maybe a 5.
So your initial feeling was 1?
1, like a 1.
Okay.
My
Um
initial feeling was like, who gives a fuck? This is it doesn't make any sense, and I still don't feel too crazy about it. I mean, again, like we've said, he spent all of this time with Lamar in these recent years with Lamar and pieces. Like this is the first time John's had pieces. He picks Todd Monken as his OC, and Kent like somehow this team the past 2 years has not been able to produce as efficiently as previous teams with a lot less pieces. Now he's coming to the Giants, who have relatively decent pieces. Um, Obviously, we'll see Scadabough's development. Neighbors is great, and then we got to see Dart's development. But I don't see this being the move that I don't know. It's a move. It's not maybe it's probably not the move they expect, but
well, you got to think there's pros and there's cons. Um John Harbaugh is used to a tough division. He's used to obviously a fan base that it could be a little more harsh, I guess you could say, or a little more demanding. I mean, like the Ravens demand wins because they're good. The Giants demand wins because they're in New York. So it's a little bit of a different
and
reason.
they're generally pretty bad.
But then it comes but then can John Harbaugh handle pressure? I don't know if he can really handle pressure. The thing is, this is
Yes, but
a
he's gonna get defensive real quick.
I'm sure, but this is a very pivotal this is a pivotal year for the New York Giants. You got Jackson Dart returning for his second year. You got Scatterbo and Malik Neighbors coming back from injuries. You have probably a higher expectation from fans than normal.
Already before Harbaugh even shows up.
Yeah.
Like the
Um
expectations are already here. Um, Plus a Hall of Fame head coach. So mm,
is he a Hall of Fame head coach?
I don't know what head coaches are in the Hall of Fame, but Super Bowl champion with 3 total losing seasons, maybe.
Real quick, we got to do it now. Head coaches in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, if Tomlin is, then Harbaugh is.
There's 29 head coaches. Um,
Put him in there.
yeah, yeah. If Tony Dungy's in there,
Fuck yeah. Get the fuck out of here, Mr. fucking Dungy.
yeah, um, yeah. Okay, I guess.
Harbaugh will be in the Hall of Fame.
All right, you can
Yeah,
give it to him. You can give it to him. I was making sure. I don't know.
it's Tony Dungy.
I wasn't sure. I
Shout
don't
out
know.
Mr. Dungy, man. Shout out
Um,
Dungy.
yeah. Even though we just shit all over your career. Um, Todd Monken is set. Obviously he's going to be following John Harbaugh to New York, and like you said, be ready for the most predictable offense in the world because this they have the weapons to be explosive, but with Todd Monken and John Harbaugh at the helm, I mean, you're not going to get it's going to be a very basic offense. You're not going to be doing much. Maybe you could try to explore Jackson Dart trying to, give himself more brain damage and have him run around a little bit, but I I don't I don't
What
love it.
what I don't like about this is that there's there's two separate things going on. Yes, it on paper it might sound good that you're getting an established head coach with an established system and then players who are now establishing themselves, but it's putting this team in a weird spot to where this core group of New York players is developing and developing pretty well. Plus, that defense is not the worst. We went over their defense. They're not bad, or not as bad as we would think. Um, but then you're coming in, you're bringing in a stubborn coaching staff. John Harbaugh is super stubborn. Todd Monken has shown to be super stubborn. Regardless of what doesn't work, they're not going to change it. Um, so I don't know if it's the best situation for a Jackson Dart. I feel like it's a lot more pressure for a Jackson Dart who now isn't really the leader of this franchise. It's now Harbaugh. Like before, yes, it was
Yeah.
whoever, fucking Brian Dayball, but now it kind of has to be pushed on the Harbaugh, and everything runs through Harbaugh now. So I don't know. It's a weird experiment in my eyes.
And you got to also remember this is one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL and the number one
Yeah,
team in penalties this past season. So you could pretty much just say hello to your New York Ravens because I
yeah,
have no
exactly.
clue.
You guys are buddy buddy.
Yeah, no, this is gonna. This is. Here's the thing. I think that like I think they could have a fun 7-10 season. You know.
I think they can scrounge out a winning record if all goes well. If everything goes perfectly, they can have a winning record. Um,
Dude, do you not remember who they play next year? They play the NFC West. They play I don't know, I mean maybe the AFC South. They play Detroit. I don't know. They got some fucking
okay, so funny enough, we just did their road to the Super Bowl, correct?
Yep.
Does Harbaugh change this at all?
Well,
A little bit.
I changed the math a little bit, just I tweaked it just a little bit just cuz I wanted to add one more factor in, which honestly might boost it a little bit because the factor I wanted to add in was just an out of 10. So I took 2 off of everything and made a 10 spot for just like I don't really know how to name it yet, but I was just gonna name it something along the lines of like how on a scale from 1 to 10, either how many moves we think they'll make or how well we think moves they'll make in the future will affect the team. And I guess John Harbaugh as a hire would probably boost that rating. Um,
Sure.
but I don't know. I guess we have to go back and figure that out another day because I don't know. I don't know
Well,
how much it.
it's funny we picked the Giants and then literally what next day
Yeah. So I guess you could say
they
the
hire a
team,
head coach.
as you could say, the team we're doing today is probably going to be making moves over the next week or two. But yeah, John Harbaugh is a New York Giant, and and so is Todd Monken. So there you go, Harbaugh and Monken, two peas in a pod.